Hello folks, my name is Fabiana Morim and I want to show you with some code here the difference between the merge join algorithm used into SQL Server when it works using the one-to-many algorithm and the many-to-many algorithm. If you are reading my article on Simple Talk, I'm talking about the merge join operator, and I already showed this pseudocode into the article, but I want to show you step by step through this pseudocode how it works, and this is not simple to do with words and with this text and even with images. So I thought it would be better if I'm recording on a small video to show you this step by step. So what I did here is I already showed this in the article, but I have two tables. One table called cursos, which means course in Portuguese, and another table called alunos, which means students in Portuguese. So we are talking about the merge join, and you can look when the merge join it's working with the merge join. It's working for one-to-many or many-to-many algorithms. You could just click with the right button into the merge join operator, select the option properties, and look at here in this property, many-to-many in this case is set to false. So when this is set to false, which means this is working with one-to-many algorithm. So let's start with the pseudocode, and I want to go step by step through this pseudocode to show you how it works. So I did two quite simple selects here, and let's look at this data. So we have the table cursos and the table alunos here. Both tables are sorted by ID cursos, and this is exactly what the merge join needs to process merge join. So the first thing here is get the first row cursos from the input 1. So let's get the first row from the input 1, which is the table cursos, is the ID 1, and get the first row from the input 2, which is in this case the table alunos. So the first row from the table alunos. While we are not at the end of either input, we are not at the end in this case, so we start with the if cursos join with alunos, cursos the ID 1 join with alunos ID 2, no, 1 is not equal to, so we go to the else if lower than cursos, it's lower than alunos, 1 it's lower than 2, yes, so we get the next row cursos from input 1. The next row from input 1, it's the ID 2. Great, let's go to end, back to while, we are not at the end. Let's check again if cursos join with alunos. 2 join with 2. Yes, so we enter in the begin and output this info and get the next row from the input 2, which is our table alunos. The next row from the input 2, it's the ID cursos 3 in the table alunos. Let's go to the end, back to while. We are not at the end of the inputs. Let's check if the cursos join with alunos again. Cursos join with alunos. 2 join with 3. No. So let's go to the if cursos it's lower than alunos. 2 it's lower than 3 than alunos. Yes, so in this case we get the next row from the input 1, which is the cursos. Next row, cursos. And not at the end. If cursos join with alunos, yes, 3 is equals 3. Output these rows, you get the next aluno. Get the next aluno, go to the end, not at the end yet, because we select the last ID here is the IG3. IG3 cursos join with IG3 alunos. Yes, it join again. So I'd output this data and get the next row from alunos again. So we don't have a next row from the alunos, so we go to the end, and when we check if we are in the end of either input, this is true, and the pseudocode and the algorithm stop this work. This is not too complicated, but there is another scenario that I want to show you. It's when it is working to many tables. So this pseudocode just works when you are talking about the one-to-many algorithm. So let me show you what will happen if I use the same pseudocode to process another different scenario. So what I did here is I will recreate these two tables, and in this case, let me run this. Great. In this case, I didn't specify primary key for these tables, so that means I can duplicate the data from the tables. So if you look now at the property many-to-many, you see here that this is true. Okay. What I want to do here is I will insert a new row into the table alunos, into the table students, using the same student, Fabiana Amorim, with the same ID and the same ID curso. Okay, so let's run this and select the table. So you can see here we have the Fabiana Amorim twice in the table. So let me show you. I will use the same pseudo code to process this join, and I want to show you what will happen if I do this. Well, let's begin. Get the first row from input 1, which is in this case the table alunos. Okay, the first row from input 2, the table cursos. Oops, first row. And we are not at the end. If aluno joins with curso, 2 join with 1, no. Else, if aluno is lower than curso, aluno this is not lower than 2, is not lower than 1. So let's go to else, get the next row cursos from input 2. So we get the next row 2. Not at the end. Aluno join with cursos. In this case, 2 is equals 2. Output this data and get the next row of cursos from input 2. What happens here is if I get the next row from input 2, which is this row, the IG3, you should tell me when the IG2 duplicated into the table students will be returned. Never, because we are already used the IG2 and now we are in the IG3. So in this case, when the query optimizer recognized that it could happen, and it use the schema for your table to know that, and it use a different algorithm that in this case, for each row returned to the pseudocode, to the merge join, it saves the input into a temporary table on tempdb to, in the future, when it knows that the row is duplicated, it can check into this temporary table if the row match with the next ID or with the ID saved into the temporary table. Okay, so I hope you understood what I want to explain here, and I'm looking forward to know what you think about this video. If you like it, if I should continue with that, or if my English is not so good, well, please leave a comment, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you for watching this. Bye bye.